even if you set up the 6-month plan, even if you get really clear on your goals, you still might not achieve them. You've got 6 months left of this year, 6 months until it's 2027. You've been hearing a lot of those videos, right? A lot of those videos talking about the fact that you've got to lock in for the next 6 months. And I'm going to be one of them. But before we get into the 6 months rebirth, what you need to do, and I've got a step-by-step guide to help you with that, and that will be coming out next week. That is all aligned with your birth chart. I want you to step into alignment, not because I want you to be a completely different person than you are. I want you to come back home. I want you to step into literal alignment, what is for ease for you, because most likely you've been forcing yourself to live a certain way, especially in your daily life, that might not actually align with you, with the natural rhythm, that the way you work. And that includes a glow up kind of alignment plan guide, completely free, and you can download that, but that video will come out next week. In this video, I want to talk about, even if you did that, even if you set up the 6-month plan, even if you get really clear on your goals, you still might not achieve them. And not because of destiny or fate, but because of you. Because most likely you've been waiting for things to happen for you. You've been looking at what's happening in the sky and you're like, oh, I can't wait for that day. That day something great's going to happen. The Jupiter-Venus conjunction in Cancer, something great is going to happen to me. But it's not. The thing is that the majority of stuff that's going on within astrology has a lot to do with whether you are taking part in it. Are you putting yourself out there? Are you going out? Are you changing your habits? Are you taking action? Your career isn't going to change if every night you're staying on TikTok doing nothing else. Your career isn't going to change if every moment you have the chance to test your capacity, to expand what you are capable of, and you still don't do it. Your body won't change if you continue to say, I'll start next week. It's not about perfection here. It's about literally taking action, implementing the habits that you want to implement. I forgot to do an introduction, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Katerina. That's it. And if you are subscribed, then you know that my whole calling is talking about the shadows, talking about the underworld of your soul. And without that integral part, no matter how much you plan, no matter how many Notion plans you do for your 6-month goals, they will not happen. I'm being really harsh here, but I am a Capricorn rising with Saturn in my first house. I know when you don't take action, when you wait, I know what that is because I did it for my whole life. I'm doing this because I genuinely don't want anyone, especially women, I'm sorry, but I don't want you to miss out on potential, miss out on the capacity that you have within you. I don't want you to keep diminishing yourself and making yourself palatable when you are not meant to be. In order for you to be able to truly tap into the abundant, beautiful, magnetic, powerful self that you are, you need to go to the depths of your soul. You need to enter the shadows. And that sounds very mystical and mythological, and I love that shit. But really, it's just genuinely being like, why is this person who's got this thing triggering me right now? What is it? Am I actually jealous of them, or is it because they're moving forward and I'm not? It's the questions that you ask yourself when you genuinely realize, oh, my body hasn't changed and it's no one else's fault but my own. It's saying the really open and honest statement, which is no one is coming to save me. No job offer, no opportunity, no love. Nothing is going to come and save me. I have to take action, and then opportunities appear. But the only reason those opportunities appear is because I'm actually implementing the person that I want to be. And I'm going to say this quickly because I feel like someone will say the only time that you can't really co create with the universe is eclipse season. Eclipse season, things happen and they're meant to happen for a reason. They let go of a job, a love, something that happens. And the eclipse season can sometimes be shown to be like 2 months before, 2 months afterwards. Some people say 4 weeks before and 4 weeks afterwards. Just be mindful and observe what is entering your life and what is exiting your life, right? But most of the time, we co create. We co create with the cosmos. Like, that's what we do. So if you are genuinely sitting there doing nothing, if you are genuinely sitting there not reading, not learning, only watching Netflix, only watching TikTok, if you're not actually doing anything to expand your mind or expand your body in a certain way, i.e., trying a different workout class, trying a different workout schedule, nothing miraculous is going to come for you. Let me tell you something that happened a couple years ago. A couple years ago, I was just starting to kind of get out of like my shadow period, my liminal space period. I've spoken about that so much. So if you're interested, all my videos, I have a playlist called the liminal space, and I go deep into what the liminal space looks like and the fact that I was stuck in it and how to get out of it. So I won't dive deep into that one right now. But what I will say is, in that period, I was just like, I'm so different to how I was. Like, I'm not the same person anymore. Why are not things happening for me? There's like something going to happen in the alignment in the planets. I can see it. And then I wait for that day and nothing happens. And I'm like, why? Like, what is happening? I was literally um not expanding my capacity. I was not implementing the habits that were from like my new self identity. I was so wrapped up in the healing aspect of it, in the spiritual aspect of it, that I genuinely really didn't let go of my ego within that. A lot of internal stuff happened, but not many external things happened at all. And my answer for that is that I genuinely just did nothing. I stayed at home a lot. I didn't really go out. I didn't really test my capacity. I didn't do anything that would mirror my external reality for change. And it got me really down. It got me thinking, like, is it me? Am I doing something? And I had to again dive deeper into what am I doing, what am I not doing. And the truth is that it was my body. My body was trying to keep me safe by not implementing new habits. So I would do 2 weeks and then fall off. I would do a month and then get distracted by someone and get into that whole like palaver. I was really letting my body rehearse my old self all the time. I was not taking control of the fact that I needed to actually act like my new self. I just kept looping in my old self. I would do the same thing on the weekends, so there wouldn't be any sort of implementation that showed that like I was ready for the new identity. I was ready for that new self. I had set the goals. I'd written down what I needed to do for them, but I wasn't implementing anything. I'm not talking about the like bullshit excuses of like, oh, I just fear of being seen. No, it's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And when you get into astrology based shadow work, like you start to understand how deep it can go because you're asking yourself direct questions rather than just like lukewarm questions. So for me, it came internally that I was acting as her. In my head, I was like, oh, I've created this plan, I've done this, I've done this. I spoke to that person, I set boundary, but actually in my active like life, my daily habits, they were rehearsing the old self. They kept perpetuating the idea that I wasn't ready for change. It is hard. It is hard to release the old self. It is hard to step into the new self. But your life is not going to change if you don't do that. If you just stay either in the liminal space where it's comfortable, you've done the hard work of like facing your shadows and facing why you have done certain things, grieving the old identity. Also grieving what I said in my previous video is like grieving the sadness of what you didn't get to achieve as the old self. Like what she did to keep you safe, but there's a grieving of that because you realize you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve at your age. So that's all the process. But after you've done all that stuff, you can get stuck in that liminal space because you're waiting for proof to come before you act. You're waiting for a job offer to come before you start acting like you earn a certain amount. You are waiting for your body to change before you start being consistent with your activities. You are waiting for the love of your life to come before you start going on holiday and start traveling and start doing the things that you want to do. You're waiting for something to come out before you start learning and diving deeper into a subject that really excites you. So, next week, 6 months, I'm calling it the alignment plan. It is literally everything that you need to step into the new, but completely tailored and aligned for you. I'm going to teach you like step by step how to actually do that based on your birth chart. You do need to know what your birth chart looks like. I might either film a separate video for that, or I will put it into the beginning of that guide. Maybe I'll make a separate one. I think that might be better. None of that. Like if you take that free guide and you work out what alignment looks for you, none of that shit is going to happen if you do not actually realize what your shadows are. Shadow work is the missing piece of everything because you will constantly be reactive instead of present. Your body will always find a way to keep you stuck in the old self if you are not aware that your body is doing it. One thing is the mind, like the shadow work, why you do certain things, why you have done certain things, why you attract certain partners. And then the other thing is that the body is trying to keep you in that old self. So when you are aware of like why you do certain things, the shadow part of it, then it becomes aware that like your body is keeping you there. So you have to actively step out of that. You have to actively every day teach yourself new self habits. I spoke about this in the previous video. I will link that. But I spoke about new self habits and how to implement them on a daily basis. But this is where it is difficult. I'm not going to make it sound all nice and lovely. It is hard to implement any type of habit, but when the habit is something that is new to your body, it is something that you have to daily integrate, whether it's you writing it down and writing the new self habits that you've done and being aware of them, as well as the old self habits that you have perpetuated. It is knowing that the reason your body doesn't want to move that day, or the reason your body doesn't want to press send on that email that day, is not because you haven't got everything ready, or like you need to define something first, or you need to buy this workout set before. No, all of that, your body's just using that as an excuse. Your body is trying to keep you stuck in the old self. So as soon as you're aware of that, you know, oh no, I have to force myself now, because implementing a new habit of any sort is forcing yourself for the first month or two. You have to get into a rhythm where you naturally are in alignment a bit more. If you want me to dive deeper into this, then let me know. But I wanted to put this video out before I give the 6 month plan. I will be doing the 6 month plan too with you, so we can kind of maybe create a community around that and accountability, which is important. Community is really important in this. But you have to be real with yourself and know when you are actually looping and when you actually have to force yourself to do the new. Your goals will not happen if you don't force yourself out of the old self. Like, they just won't happen. And I'm not saying that from a judgment point of view. I'm saying that from a lived experience point of view. That was me. My goals didn't happen for years because I kept thinking, oh, this, like, I need this before I can do this. I need this before I can do this. But all it was saying is that, like, I'm not her yet. So instead, I would say, well, I haven't got proof of that yet, but I know that it will come. So I just got to keep moving forward. We have this idea sometimes, and I think it's partly because of society, is that someone is going to come and save us through a job offer, through a person who loves you and wants to sweep you away, prince and princess style, or that something is magically going to happen in your life that suddenly is the spark and changes things. Those things could happen, yeah, but they're not going to happen when you're not acting as the person who gets those things. If you're believing that, oh, when I get that job, then I can start acting like this, I can start doing my Pilates in the morning, or I can start weight training in the morning, or I can start having better meal plans, and all those things that might come with a bit of a structure of a job in a particular field. Though that job offer won't come because you're still in the waiting zone. The waiting zone runs so deeply we don't even realize sometimes, but it is extremely important for us to be aware of, because even you wanting to learn about financial literacy, but you're waiting for money, more money to come in order to be able to understand how to invest, how to separate your savings, all of that, like, that is the waiting zone. You learn about financial literacy before the money comes, and then the money will come because you're acting as her. Anyway, this was just a quick video. Just wanted to talk about it because it's extremely important for you to know that you are not going to achieve your goals in the next 6 months if you are not aware of your shadows and you're not aware that your body is trying to stop you. Your body won't stop you in a few months. It will adapt to the new. It will expand its capacity, but at first it won't. And you need to be aware of that in order for your life to change, and in order for the 6 months time, which is at the end of this December, for you to actually have the life that you desire. So join me on the 5th of July, just after that Mars-Uranus conjunction. And I will be having a 6-month plan. I'm going to leave a few prompts in the description bar below that is going to be catered to the Capricorn full moon and the 6-month evaluation. Capricorn is like that goat energy, it is that mountain energy. So this is a great time to reevaluate, like, the winter season, what was going on and what has come to, like, fruitful culmination, and what needs to be released. So I'll leave those prompts in the description bar, and you can get really clear on that before 5th of July, where I talk about the 6-month alignment plan and have the free PDF guide with the houses and signs based on your birth chart, and how to actually implement that in your life and what it looks like. And you can start the 6-month plan with me. We're accumulating data from the last 6 months and stepping it into the version of ourselves that really is going to come into fruition, as long as we are aware of our shadows and we're actually teaching our body a new way of existing. So all my services are linked below. I have a Saturn Masterclass, which is a self-paced video course, which will tell you exactly why you're waiting, and how to exactly get out of it, and where that tension lives within your charts. So if you want to learn the waiting loop for yourself and what that is, literally what is keeping you stuck in the waiting loop, then the link for that video based course is down below, and as well as my one-to-ones. Now, my one-to-ones are only for the women who are ready, the women who are ready to become their most magnetic, powerful self. If you're ready for that, again, the link is below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.